Chairman, I don't think we can beat Uhuru. Because Moi looks like he's with Uhuru. And he's with Ruto. And we know Ruto is a campaigner. Very strong campaigner. And Ruto is going for Secretary General. I don't think we can beat these guys. He looks at me, smiles. He doesn't say anything. So ask him, so what is your budget, Chairman? Because this is an expensive exercise. Now I'd worked with him. He'd send me money. So he knows I'm not setting him up. He opens up. He says, well, nafikirini ngapi?
I hope you guys are enjoying this conversation. If you are catching us from here, do yourself a favor and start it from the beginning. I thought your intro was going to be like maximum 5 minutes long.
Yes.
This whole intro on its own is an episode.
Yes.
It's in fact maybe even multiple episodes. But I'm loving every bit of it.
Yes.
Because you're painting the foundation of who you are in relation to politics.
Yes.
Before now we go into understanding different facets about politics, funding, what's our history like, what are these different roles that people do, what's it like qua ground in terms of the political workings. But let's first continue with your journey. Be what?
Because you see what happens, so that as we unpack, for what I'm saying to even have relevance, you've got to understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah, who are you?
Who am I? If you don't know who I am, then everything is just storytelling. You know? Yeah.
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
I'm in no hurry.
So 2005, Kano branch elections.
So first of all, did Be What hear you on the ground?
Be What?
Did the intelligence hit him? Because you went on the ground that day.
What I did is this. When I hit the ground and I made noise, then I came back. The next morning, my phone rings and it's Gideon Nabuki. He tells me, you'll be called by, his PA and you will meet today in the afternoon. I tell him, fine. So my phone rings and it's a late Chepkut. Chepkut ended up being a member of parliament. He used to be What's personal assistant. He tells me, "Hey, Ndolo." I say, yes. He says, chairman would like to meet you at Pan-African Hotel. Poolside, unajua hapo ndio. So I go. So I sit at the garden for a while. Who walks in? Nicholas Bigot. Of course, I know who he is. I was in Kanu with him, but I didn't think he knows me. But he comes. I think he had already looked at my image or something. So he comes to my table. He says, "Bari Ndolo." I say, "Mzuri waziri." So, kaka. So we sit. So he looks at me, he says, "Hey, na wewe ni mkali, mimi nasikia umewasha moto tayari." So I realized my intelligence hint worked. Tell me tunasukuma. He says, "Oh, very good, very good. Wewe ni general kama mzee." Tell him, unajua hii kitu ni kujaribu mkubwa. He says, "Oh, very good, very good. Sasa, nataka ukuje kesho ndio tupange kazi vizuri." I tell him, "Sawa waziri." Goes into his pocket, gives me 100,000. Tells me, hii ni yako.
Oh.
Asubuhi utakuja nikupea kazi.
What?
Tell him, thank you waziri. Upigie simu, upigie Chepkut simu, mupange. So I call Chepkut. Chepkut tells me, tomorrow you come to at 10, I call you at 9. So he doesn't call, I call him. He tells me, come to Total Petrol Station, Hurlingham. So I go and park and I sit in my car. As I'm seated in my car, didn't have tint, had a muso, I see somebody touching my left door, driver's door. It's Be What? Passenger door. He gets into my car. Tells me to enter, hivi. So I look around, I'm not seeing I think his bodyguards, he's gone out with bodyguard's vehicle. So I reverse my car, it tells me to enter, hivi. So we drive up Agwings College.
Towards Yaya Center.
We drive. We turn right before Yaya Center. We end up on, I think it is Chaka Road. We end up on Chaka Road, left into a property that I later learned belonged to a gentleman who had been with us in Kanu called Sudi, an older Sudi. Very polite guy. I think he ended up being assistant minister at one time. Quiet guy, very, very, very polite fella. Very out of Kanu, political character. Very interesting guy, gentleman. So we drive into his compound. I didn't know where we were. So we walk in, we're ushered into an old bungalow. The place has just since been developed into a house. Bungalow, we sit in, I introduced to him, I knew him from politics. I said, hey, Waziri, hey, Ndolo. Then, so we sit, so he tells me, so, I want you to help me. Now be what says. Nataka unisaidie na district ya Makueni. So Makueni had Makueni constituency, Mboni constituency, Kibwezi constituency, Kilome constituency. There were 5 constituencies. Have I mentioned Makueni? Makueni. So Makueni, Kibwezi, Kilome, Mboni, Kaiti. Those are the 5. Kaiti is Gideon Dambuki's home constituency. So I didn't need to do anything. He's in control. He was practically pretty much like the team leader in what we were doing. So these are the 4. I should have some kind of sight over them. I didn't have as much presence in Mboni. I knew a few political players there, but not major. But Kilome, Kibwezi, and Makueni, I had serious sight. We had Grace Mwewa, who had been a nominated KANU MP. She was going for the chairmanship. We had a lady called Songolo. Songolo was a market leader, women mobilizing Makueni, and then myself. He told me, I want you to map these people for me. I told him, fine. So he would tell me, okay, I want you to take facilitation. So he gives me like $500,000, take to so-and-so. So I drive. I get a driver and a friend, go to Kibwezi, we take to her. This is for her to assist her in the campaign. But what I would do is when I get there, I would make sure I don't leave her side before I've talked with him. Now, Biwott was a man who didn't have a particular number you could reach him on. You would reach him on his either bodyguard or PA or who, depending on who he's with. So you call Chepkut, Chepkut tells you, no, I'm not with him, he's in Lagat, or he's with Sigelei or so-and-so. So you would call till you locate him. Then I say, habari chairman, mzuri nimekuja, niko hapa na mheshimiwa, na nimemletea ile usaidizi, ongea na yeye. So he says, Ndolo amekuja, ameniletea X amount. So I realized, because I had been told by my friend in intelligence that the man consumes intelligence. And the other thing he told me, and I took that into my political career, till today in politics I dabble in. He told me, when you're dealing with power, try to be transparent. It takes you further than short-term gains. Because they'll remember. They'll remember, this guy I dealt with him 10 years ago, he's a con man. This guy I dealt with him 10 years, he's straightforward. So I made sure, because this was a powerful man, a wealthy man, we don't know where our paths will cross. I'm a businessman. I'm going to be above board with him. So I would make sure he's confirmed what I brought. Tells me, Kirudi, nipigie, tukutane. So I would look for him. Second day.
So that guy who was a problem was collaring these tunes.
Pardon?
The guy who he was telling you is a guy who's disturbing us in the area.
He had collared. He's collaring
these tunes that he was supposed to do what you're doing.
In fact, he was supposed to campaign for him in Kilome, but he's campaigning for Uhuru, but telling him, I'm campaigning for you.
And in this time, Biwott.
Yes.
Biwott is why is Biwott in this area? Biwott is not from this area.
You see, in 2005, when Moi was stepping back, KANU was doing a countrywide election
I get
of branches throughout the country.
To take over Moi's position.
Moi would be chair, but also to set up the entire KANU branch chairman national, new office bearers. And these office bearers will then have delegates. Every constituency will have 20 delegates. These 20 delegates will come for the National Congress in Kasarani to vote in their chairman. So it was actually a national election for the party to arrive at the chair.
Yes. Basically the party government.
That's how you set up the governing council and everything. So because you want to be chairman, you must support people who become chairman at their branch. So their 20 delegates come and vote for you as national chair.
I get it.
So Biwott is angry. This guy I'm facilitating.
He's giving Uhuru. He's pushing for
He's
Uhuru.
going to push for Uhuru with my money. So that's why he tells Gideon Ndambuki, get me somebody who you trust, who can help me in Kilome, so that he fixes this guy.
And that's now where you come in.
So Ndambuki, who's known me well, remember our old relationship,
yes.
And he's realized this guy is upright. He tells him, I know just the man. He's not happy with Kanu, but I'll convince him. So he calls me, tells me, Ndola,
I get it.
That's how I end up in the race. And that's how I end up in Biwott's camp. I didn't end up in Biwott's camp because I was backing Biwott, because I believed in him. The ordinary place for me to be would have been in Uhuru's camp.
Did Uhuru's guys approach you?
I called, of course, my good friend Uhuru. I called his number.
Man UK.
Nobody picked Man UK's number. I had 2 numbers. I called, nobody's picking. Then I called Jay Muturi, was his PA. I don't know if he had changed his number. I couldn't reach him. Who else? I called somebody else. I couldn't reach Uhuru. And I was frustrated because on the ground people say, "Who is Rafiki Uhuru? Who is Rafiki Uhuru?" But I can't reach my Rafiki. So I was like, hey. And then because he was in Saints with my brother, guys used to say he was my classmate. And I was not in Saints. And you know, politically, you don't correct them.
Yes.
So they say, so on the ground, they think at the drop of a hat I can reach Uhuru. But I can't. So I didn't end up in Biwott's camp because I actually believed in Biwott as a chairman. I ended up in Biwott's camp because he gave me the shortest route to remain relevant. I will finance. But because of who I am, I couldn't take his money and campaign for Uhuru. So in this formation, I was against Uhuru.
But hey, remember, enemies can be friends.
No, it's politics. So
rule number 4.
Second day I meet him at Sudi's house in Chaka Road. He tells me, I want to send you tomorrow, Kibwezi. Call me, we meet. He gives me another bundle. Take to Makueni.
This guy's doing this countrywide.
Yes. And I'll tell you something very interesting. So he sends me the second day to somebody else in Makueni. And then he tells me, when you come back, call me. So I come back, I call him. When he calls me, he tells me, let's meet at Nairobi Club. Cricket Pavilion.
Hey, this guy's giving you airtime.
We meet in the evening, 9 at night. I wait for him for 2 hours in the parking lot. We walk into the darkness at the Cricket Pavilion. Just the 2 of us. He wants to talk. Kuja. The PA, the late Chepkut, told me, this man has taken a liking to you. It's something about you is taking a liking to you. So we walk into the dark. He tells me, so, on your honest opinion, what do you think about our candidate in Kibwezi, Grace Mwewa? I tell him she's a good lady. And I've interacted with her. She will not take your money and not campaign for you. So we can count on her. He says, good. What about the mama in Makueni? I tell him the same thing. Makueni will support us. He said, that's good. Then now he jumps out of Makueni. He starts sticking names. He tells me, so-and-so. I hear he's playing 2 sides. What do you think? I tell him, I don't know much. Let me research, because that's outside my district, but I'll tell you tomorrow. He says, good. Then he jumps to another guy. He says, this guy, I'm working with him, but I'm hearing he's not strong on the ground. So I tell him, he's very loud. He's good for propaganda. Let him continue talking about you. And if he's not with you, he's not strong on the ground, because he's a loud guy and is a former MP, let him keep talking about you. Because, as you know, Chairman, some politics is about noise, then there's the ones who harvest the vote. He said, ni kweli, kumbe unajua siasa. I tell him, yeah. He says, yeah, okay. But pocket again, 100,000. Tells me, this is for you. Tomorrow, I'll give you what I'm sending you it. Nicholas Biwott gave me, like that in bits, 500,000.
Wow.
And he would clarify, this is for you. Tomorrow, I'll give you what you're going to use.
And to use, he gave you like how much?
To use, he would give. If he sent me to somebody, 500,000, 300,000, like that.
Wow.
So after I had done 5 days with him, and he would sit in my car and joke. He would sit in the back left. We are parked somewhere, and I'm front, and we are talking. He's behind there, I'm here. I've turned, I'm looking at him, and we're just talking. So now I picked courage. So we had a meeting at Pan-Africa poolside. He liked Pan-Africa, he liked Nairobi Club. We would do petrol stations. He gets into the car, we talk a bit, he gets out, he goes into another car. So in one of our meetings, I noticed now he was a little relaxed. So I realized I could go where I couldn't have gone a day or two earlier. So I asked him, Chairman, I don't think we can beat Uhuru. Because Moi looks like he's with Uhuru. And he's with Ruto. And we know Ruto is a campaigner. Very strong campaigner. And Ruto is going for Secretary General. I don't think we can beat these guys. He looks at me, he smiles. He doesn't say anything. So I ask him, so what is your budget, Chairman? Because this is an expensive exercise. Now I'd worked with him. He'd send me money. So he knows I'm not setting him up. He opens up. He says, well, nafikirini ngapi? So I tell him, about 40 million. He does this. I say, about 50. He does this. I say, about 60. He says, kitu kama hiyo. I tell him, Chairman, 60 million. He says, yeah. Ask him, hey, si mi naona hawa wataweza kutuangusha. He says, bwana, mimi kama hapana tingisha watu watasahau mimi. I realized this is just to remain relevant. That's how deep his pockets were.
This is insane.
I was like, and then he laughs because he's realized I've gone where a lot of people wouldn't go with him. I've actually told him I don't think we can win. And this is before, because most people wouldn't do that because they'll cut the money.
The funding, yes.
It will stop flowing.
Yeah.
He laughs. Then he finishes, okay, goes 100,000. Kesho nitakutuma. So I actually, in my safe in the house, I put 500,000 in bits till the tail end. The only election I did where I came out with money and a victory.
Victory in what ends? In what
because
sense?
now,
within your people, within
yes,
your ground.
now let me explain to you the way that works. And I was me, it was a major eye-opener.
So just wait. For context, this guy had 60 million shillings to blow.
That's what he says.
Knowing he's not winning, it's just, I don't want these guys to forget about me. Wow.
And it was a roadmap to, he formed New Kanu. He formed a party called New Kanu. So this was, I think, the roadmap, because he knew he would come out of this with supporters.
Some gravitas, yeah.
Yes. So I thought it was not for nothing. But what does that tell you? This is my 9th lesson in politics. There are people who are in the game for relevance. Even at the presidential level, even in the upcoming election, they know they can't win. But to remain relevant, they're in the race. And they have a budget to remain relevant. Because they will be called to the table at the right time, either to join a formation or to give somebody the necessary numbers. And there are people who, when we go there with you in the chapter of the politicals of Kenya, I will call out who I believe are in a presidential race knowing they can't win. No, I would say.
I don't have a cough.
But they know they can't win. But they also know that relevance is power.
Yeah.
And
it gets your seat on the table.
And this
it gets
is
your
thing,
nomination. It gets you an appointment.
And this is the thing I'd like to talk to my children about, the Gen Z. That they are political players who understand politics so well that they don't have to be president to bring about change. One Raila knew that.
Yeah.
You create sufficient momentum to be able to be forced to the table, and you come with demands, which you know serve your vote bloc. And by extension, serve the nation. So we shouldn't just think about the presidency. We get caught up in that in politics, imagining the only way this person can bring change to Kenya is by occupying State House. That is not so.
Oh, wow.
That is not so. We should build politicians. If we're building politicians, as I digress, like a leader like Sifuna, and we know he might not be president, we should ask ourselves, what power will he hold if he has the right generation behind him? That's a man who can change Kenya from 47 counties to 18 counties because he has the people who believe in him and they will listen to him because he brings reason to the table. So we should build politicians like that if we love Kenya. Let's stop this hangover we have, love affair we have with the presidency. It's a selfish thing. Any presidential candidate who is selling purely the presidency only is very selfish. Sell something more. So let's go back to Kelome.
First of all, I've loved that one.
Yes.
You know, in fact, for example, we need a strong opposition,
Yes,
despite whoever enters, to put the person in toes, because we've seen what happens when there was no strong opposition. In fact, we saw what happened when there was no opposition.
Let me digress slightly. Why was I a believer of DP? What did Mwai Kibaki do in 92 after Kanu came back? He set up a shadow government, shadow cabinet within DP. He had a minister for lands, minister for finance, minister for interior within DP. Their job was to critique the ministries that they were shadowing.
Oh, wow. Be the opposition for the ones that are there.
That is what opposition is. You have a minister for interior, shadow minister, who looks at what the minister is doing and policies and critiques them. Not one term. One term is getting Kenya nowhere. 2 term is getting Kenya nowhere. That is rubbish. It is hogwash. Tell me what the Ministry of Water is not supposed to be doing. Tell me what the Minister of Lands is not supposed to be doing. Tell me what the Minister for Environment is not supposed to be doing. Is he on the same page with the international climate agendas? What has happened in Kenya is Ruto now is the one who unpacks all these things. Blue economy is the one addressing it.
And we'll get into this conversation because part of what I want to understand is when CEO positions become political positions.
Yes.
So basically cabinet secretaries
Yes.
are no longer beholden to their ministries,
Yes.
but it is a political play.
Yes.
And does that political play trickle down all the way into corruption? Hence why.
Yes.
So do we start campaigning the day we get into power? You get what I mean?
Yes.
Publicly, noisily, or is it even being done
Yes.
through the grassroots? I'll only give this constituency because
Yes.
it had my people. And,
Yes.
you know, we
Yes.
want to give development. Now is when we give development.
Yes.
So we'll come all. I love it. Guys, we're going to have so many different series to unpack different things. So even you guys get into the comment sections,
Yes.
ask kind of questions. But back to your story.
Yes.
We're at lesson 9.
So lesson 9. He's going to spend around 60 million to remain relevant.
Okay.
Shocker on me. But there's an icing. I could win the branch.
Oh, nice. There's hope.
This guy is not taking this party leadership to presidency. Because that's how we are wired as Kenyans. This guy wants to be branch chair, national chairman of Kano, then he wants to be president of Kenya. That's not it. He's told me, I already know, this guy is not gunning for the presidency.
So what's in it for you?
So, yet I am going to get branch. So again, I'm getting another lesson. You actually can achieve what you want without necessarily having a candidate for the presidency in your camp.
Oh, wow.
Because everybody, that's what they sell. If you come to Ukambani today, I was at a burial yesterday, the MCA says when our son is called, we will support him and he will be president, Kalonzo Musyoka. Okay? That MCA probably knows that it's not enough for the Kambas to vote for Kalonzo to become president. But he's selling that. Why is he selling that? It's going to create a wave around Wiper. Anybody challenging him who's not a Wiper candidate is dead in the water. So the politicians said a selfish wave to carry them across. In Kamba we say to take you across a river. Yeah, uvuke bahari. And you know, You even know Kalonzo won't be president, for example.
Yes.
But you know you need him. You need to paint that picture so that these guys vote for you.
So that you're...
And now in this dispensation where Kalonzo has to be a presidential candidate and nothing else, maybe you're sacrificing him. Because in the old days, you could be MP.
Yes, cabinet secretary.
And you don't make it president. You could be cabinet and MP and you don't make it president. So it's okay. You're still relevant. But in this one, you're saying Kalonzo is my presidential candidate. He's going to make it. You sell him on the ground. You create a way for Wiper. It carries you into National Assembly. Kalonzo is out. So the $1 million question is, as a politician, have you sacrificed Kalonzo? For your own selfish end? So how do you stop Kalonzo then being called into a pact and probably being compensated for his campaign? What do you leave him to do?
Oh, yeah.
You 30 guys have made it to parliament. 4 of you have made it to governor, senators. Some of you have been nominated. He is out.
But what level of chess is he playing? Because he knows.
You see, the more numbers he has, the closer he gets, the more relevant he is at the national table.
He's playing the be-what game.
Yes. National table.
Yeah. Everybody is in. Guys are playing drafts. Guys are playing
checkers.
Chess. And hey.
As a guy playing chess. You playing drafts, you think you're in the game. Kumbe, there's a guy here playing chess. Checkmate and check. So this is... So when now, let's come back again to Kilome.
Just on the side.
Yes.
Davide is good at this chess thing. But we'll come into another thing.
Yes.
Because that guy, Davide.
That's another series.
That's another series.
Yeah. In fact, that's another season. With several series.
and multiple episodes.
And multiple episodes. Because now we are in Kilome. So, the late Mutula, father of Junior, was a cousin to my father.